afternoon, guys, and firstly, welcome back to my channel. Let's excuse the no makeup look, the spot, which is not fun, and the fact that I probably look like a mess. I'm not that bothered. Firstly, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what videos you want to see. I am back. This is actually Friday night. It's currently at 6 o'clock. My family are about to order, I've got my family here. They're about to order fish and chips. So I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't yet filmed my YouTube video for the week for Sunday's upload. Everyone wait, the fish and chips needs to be on hold for like 20 or 30 minutes, how long it takes me to film this. So they're ordering while I'm filming. But anyway, this video is basically going to be a sit down chat. Basically, I'm back with my 5 things, basically discussing how to get back on track. My top tips. Of course, I've literally just got back of a 2-week holiday. Well, it's actually been about a week and a half since, or a week and a half, 2 weeks since I got back. But I thought, you know what? It's a really kind of useful video to sit down, chat, because of course it's holiday season. A lot of people are going on kind of holiday, and I feel like, yeah, I just wanted to kind of film this, and I have missed doing my 5 things, So if you haven't already, go and check out my other ones. I've done quite a few of them now, discussing fat loss, discussing obviously, what else have I discussed? Growing your glutes. Literally, there's a fair few. I think that's like 7 that I've done so far, and I am wanting to do more. But anyway, today's is discussing how to get back on track. So I'll stop rambling. Let's get straight into the video. So the first one, plan. Now that may sound really kind of silly. However, the key kind of focus you want to kind of make sure you are doing is setting yourself a realistic plan. And when I say realistic, this is not kind of expecting yourself to be like, boom, straight back into every single thing, like ticking those boxes. Be realistic. So as an example with kind of myself, I knew that kind of when I got back, I probably wouldn't want to track for a couple more days, which I didn't. But I knew that kind of I need to get organised with my training. I wanted to plan out my sessions, so I was kind of organised with those sessions. I also wanted to plan out kind of my week as a whole in terms of kind of what I was going to be doing that week, whether I was going out, when I was kind of training, when I was doing my cardio, etc. But kind of having that plan of action in place for when you get back and when you are ready to kind of get back into the groove of everything will really help, because otherwise you can be kind of in and out of everything, yo-yoing kind of thing. So obviously I sat down and kind of discussed my next plan of action with obviously my journey. So actually going, right, okay, so I'm currently doing 20 minutes cardio 3 times a week. I'm doing 4 training sessions per week, which are usually on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Friday, and then a Sunday. That's kind of usually my usual training days. In terms of cardio, I do kind of like I said, 20 minutes 3 times a week, and I try and do that at the end of my kind of sessions. 3 times per week. And then in terms of steps, obviously I do them kind of with Lola anyway in the morning, so that's my kind of plan. And having that plan in place, I now know for the next few months what my plan of action may be. Of course, everyone is different. I know for myself, I like having kind of a longer term goal in there, and I like working towards that longer term goal. So I'm kind of doing 4-ish, probably a little bit longer potentially now, weeks pulling up calories, and then I'd like to go into kind of a short cutting phase again. Maybe you want to kind of actually go into a different direction. Maybe it's a different form of fitness, like a different form of training. Maybe it's a different kind of goal in mind, etc. But having that kind of plan there will definitely help. I'm slouching. I can feel myself slouching. So that is point number 1. Okay, point number 2, keep yourself accountable. Now, you may have a coach, you may not have a coach. If you don't have a coach, or if you do, or kind of anything like that, what I would recommend, photos, measurements, etc. Maybe checking in with yourself weekly. I know for myself, I'm uploading them to Instagram if you haven't already. Here's my latest one. Go and check that out. Basically, I'm uploading mine now to Instagram. I know for myself, I did it all throughout my kind of prep and all my growing phase. It helps me keep me accountable, and I enjoy doing that. I enjoy sharing that kind of part of my journey with you guys as well. So having that kind of weekly check-in with myself really does help. Harv and I are kind of coaching me together, so we're kind of doing it together. Every single Monday, we check in. We always take our photos. We always take our weight. I usually take my kind of weight anyway, every other day, weekly, depends. I'll put my kind of recent weight kind of there for you guys to see. That is an app called Happy Scale. That question is asked so much. But yeah, having that kind of keeping yourself accountable is so important. And I kind of like to kind of refer to it as like ticking your boxes. Are you ticking those boxes? So for me, so far, it's Friday. I've done 3 training sessions and I have done 1 cardio session. I am behind on that cardio session, but I will do it. In terms of steps, I've ticked them off every single day so far this week. So I'm keeping myself accountable, making sure kind of I'm ticking those boxes. And if it helps you, have like a journal or have something where you can write it down like daily, like, okay, tick, tick, tick. And of course, it leads on to my next point, but don't expect perfection. I'm leading on to my next point. But anyway, that is so key. Now, when you are obviously focusing on kind of keeping yourself accountable, remember kind of you don't have to do everything at once. I know for myself, when I came back from holiday, I knew that kind of I didn't want to track for the first couple of days. I obviously puppy, crazy busy, obviously work, etc. And I know for myself, I need to have my 3 main meals, I need to have a couple of snacks in there, and I literally eat pretty much the same foods daily. So for me, my actual kind of keeping myself accountable is actually getting my training sessions in, finding that passion and that love for training again, because I know it had kind of dipped before the holiday. And I really wanted to find that again. I know that kind of wanted to get my steps in and my cardio. That for me was kind of, those were the things I really did set my mind on, because I knew kind of with that nutrition anyway, I'd fall back into that point of what foods I enjoy. Obviously like my spag bowl, my oats, my tuna pasta, those kind of things. So keep yourself accountable, and that is key. Even if you're not kind of spot on that first week back, don't be hard on yourself, and that is key. Okay, point number 3, do not expect perfection. Nobody is perfect, and that is so important, because at the end of the day, if kind of, let's say you had a long period of time, maybe kind of not as on track as you'd like to be, you can't expect yourself like that to go straight back into that routine. I know myself post-holiday, oh my goodness, I had holiday blues. I have never experienced that before in my life after kind of a holiday, but I did struggle when I came back. I was like, oh, and I mentioned this in my kind of getting back on track video about how it was kind of like planning a wedding, obviously not as extreme, but actually this holiday I was so hyped up for it, and I've done so much planning and kind of so excited and looked into so much things that when it's done, it's like that, okay, now what kind of, it's a weird feeling. So you can't kind of be hard on yourself. If you're not spot on in the first week, do not be hard on yourself. Everyone's kind of journey is going to be completely different. So you may find actually you want to kind of have a loose calorie goal you want to work towards. Maybe you just simply want to get in 3 main meals and 2 snacks the first week back. Maybe you kind of actually, maybe a goal for yourself, 6k steps daily. Maybe that's it. Maybe you want to actually get, 30 minutes cardio across the week, and that is a kind of moving stepping stone forward. And you've got to find those stepping stones that work best for you. For myself, I know that kind of week 1 was kind of getting back into actually training, getting back into actually my steps, getting back into actually drinking more water. I would say I drank a lot on holiday, but I like to kind of get that water intake up, and also kind of actually just moving my body and enjoying it, and getting nutrition in veggies and fruit. And that kind of was my gradual steps. I wasn't tracking just because I didn't want to. And then the second week when I got back, I started tracking, and that I didn't go straight into everything, because I knew if I went straight back into everything, I'd be so overwhelmed and so like, oh God, kind of thing, if that makes sense. It's so kind of overwhelmed with it. So you've got to kind of take that time and see what works best for you. What works best for me may not work best for you. You may find that actually, yeah, go straight back into tracking calories, and that may work best for you. But I know for myself, I needed that kind of bit longer period off. I'd say I had about 3 to 4 weeks off of tracking in total over the June period. It was my birthday as well. Be mindful, enjoy. That's the thing, kind of, if you're still going out, it doesn't matter at all. I know this weekend, this is my second weekend being at home. I have obviously family down. We have a barbecue, etc. We're having fish and chips tonight, barbecue tomorrow. The weekend after that, I'm having a weekend in London, a girly weekend with mum. Yeah, we're going out for lots of cocktails. I'm being mindful, I'm enjoying myself, and that's the thing. I'm not being hard on myself actually going out and kind of socializing, because that wouldn't be realistic. So don't be hard on yourself. Nobody's perfect. These kind of all interlink. Like, now I've been looking over them and kind of what Harv and I wrote down, they all actually do kind of interlink together, and this is why I love these videos, because I can just kind of sit down, freely chat to you guys about kind of my own experience, and also kind of what I would suggest and what I kind of like recommend, etc. So point number 4, set yourself non-negotiables. Now, I always talk about non-negotiables. I love my non-negotiables. For me, it works well. For someone else, it may not work well. So when I kind of refer to non-negotiables, it's basically things that kind of you want to tick off daily. If you haven't all guessed already, I love ticking boxes. It's something I did on prep as well. I just love kind of having that ticking scheme. It just works so well for me. In terms of kind of those non-negotiables, being realistic, okay, maybe you want to track 3 days. I want to track 3 days this week. I want to hit my steps daily. I want to kind of train 4 days per week. Having the non-negotiables that are kind of suited to you, and that's the most important part. There is no point kind of actually setting something that isn't realistic to you. If you have, let's say, a job that is very demanding and you can't kind of get in 5 sessions per week, why set 5 sessions? That would be kind of demotivating. There's no point doing that. If it's not realistic, there is no point doing that. There is no point, me and us, like whoever I'm speaking to, us having the same non-negotiables, because my life and my kind of job, my kind of where I'm currently at and my kind of journey is completely different to someone else's, and that's so important. Kind of I actually had a comment recently, someone saying, oh well, you can kind of always get in the gym, you're always in the gym, you spend your life in the gym. It's actually very untrue. I was talking to Harv about this because I found it really interesting, because I can see why people obviously think that. However, I am actually in the gym, when I think about it, like physically training, I would say my sessions last about 45 minutes 4 times per week. Someone do the maths. My quick maths is shocking. Not embarrassed to say it. But yeah, I would literally in there and I do an hour of cardio per week. So I am actually in there as kind of little as I can be, because I don't have time for that currently. And it's like the kind of cardio. Now, obviously pre-holiday, I was doing 30 minutes 5 times a week. I know I can't do that right now. Like, work is far too busy, and you always have to understand that everyone's journey, everyone's background, everyone's kind of lifestyle is completely different. I only have 3 non-negotiables, I would say. My non-negotiables is 9,000 to 10,000 steps per day, getting my walk in, because for me, I need that mentally. I need to get out of the office, otherwise I will hibernate in that office. My other non-negotiable is, which I haven't actually done it this week. That's a bad example, isn't it? I'm doing my cardio after my training session. And my third, making sure my phone is off by 10:30, because otherwise I will honestly work through the night. Like, very easy, I could do it. I think that's being self-employed, kind of, I'm just go. But yeah, having that kind of sleep is so important for me, making sure I'm in bed by X time, and just making sure my phone is off, no scrolling through TikTok. So, point number 5, do what you enjoy and do not compare yourself, because at the end of the day, kind of like I was saying a minute ago, nobody's journey is the same. If I was to be doing hours and hours of cardio, I don't enjoy that as much. I enjoy having that kind of bit more relaxed approach on the weekend. Doesn't mean I go crazy. I literally eat pretty much the exact same foods. However, I just don't kind of use my phone. But you've got to make sure you're not being too hard on yourself. You've got to kind of do what you enjoy. You may enjoy simply just moving your body by kind of going and playing tennis. You may enjoy like actually physically like training. You may enjoy CrossFit. So when kind of wanting to get back on track, it's a very broad statement, I feel like. Like, obviously everyone's kind of on track. It's kind of like idea of on track is completely different. The whole summary of this video is, when you want to get back on track, you need to figure it out for yourself and what feels best for yourself. So to kind of recap everything, point number 1 was kind of plan, having that schedule there in place. 2, keep yourself accountable. 3, obviously don't expect perfection. 4, having your non-negotiables. And 5, do what you enjoy and don't compare yourself. And that is my 5 top tips to getting back on track. Of course, there's plenty more I can kind of go through. Trust me, I could chat for hours. If you guys want me to, I could chat for literally hours. And of course, if you've got any, put them in the comments down below and we can have like a discussion, talk about it, and go through that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was kind of useful. If it was, please do hit a like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications, and please do let me know what you want to kind of see in my kind of channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.